What's up everyone, welcome to today's video, welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hogwarts Legacy's Dark Arts Battle Arena, something that maybe has presented some kind of a bone of contention. It's in the digital deluxe edition and is not in the regular edition, and some people have said this doesn't seem to be a good look. Now, this is a minority of people because, everyone is taking their look at the game. People are going to spend money, so it's nice for everyone to evaluate and weigh what they think are either, good signs or red flags, and for some this is raised the red flag. Why was this marketed the way that it was, showcasing about 10 minutes of an external piece of content that is only acquired maybe by buying the digital deluxe edition or by upgrading to that content piece? This to me has been the second flag in terms of, say, if you want to call it red flags with Hogwarts Legacy. The first one was the content that's actually secluded or restricted to PlayStation 5 owners for 1 year, and then if you probably already paid for the game, you can then eventually get the content that you were supposed to get after a whole year of release. To me, I think that is a huge issue, and I don't think I'm really a big fan of it, but I am looking forward to Hogwarts Legacy, so I'm still going to be playing it. And just because I'm salty with Sony, I'm not buying the PlayStation version. Sony, you can go blankety blank blank blankety blank blank. Now, this Dark Arts Battle Arena fiasco or conversation is also being raised in the sense that, why would they go ahead and market something like that first rather than showcase other things within the game? But I'm here actually in this conversation in defense of maybe showcasing this particular content piece. And it's not from the money side. I could do or care less about all of that stuff. This game is going to sell, devs are going to get paid, but it's more from the side of maybe spoilers. Now, perception of a video game is huge. If you want to show game mechanics, one thing you can actually do, one of the best things you can do, is to actually have a combat arena of some kind and actually use that combat arena to showcase content. The unfortunate thing is they're selling this combat arena to their audiences, but at least we know that whatever it is that they wanted for us to see in this particular encounter, we got to see, and spoilers are averted, unless of course the things that they were wanting to show us here, something snuck its way in. But I mean, this is something that they would have probably had control over. Whomever was playing it already knew exactly what it is that they wanted the audiences to see, so it was a very limited controlled exposure of the game's combat mechanics. I do like the fact that we have something like this. I'm not in any way deterred by the fact that this might be paid content or not. I mean, it only shows me what it is that my money will be worth if I'm paying for it, in a sense, or it tells me not to bother paying for it. So I think that's actually, in my opinion, a good thing. I mean, if you don't care for the Battle Arts Arena, you can basically use the sparring mechanics, or if you do care for it, then is it worth it for me to spend my money on it? And I think this approach has actually helped me, because at the end of the day, no one is actually forcing me to buy Hogwarts Legacy. No one is forcing me to buy the, Dark Arts Battle Arena. And of course, there will be the conversations of the different kinds of magical spells that you can use, if that's actually something that can actually allow for usage in the real game and what consequences and so on and so forth. Now the devs don't have to be in a really weird position where they're showing you the different magical pieces, especially the curses, in context of a video game, which the curses are not necessarily something that in the Harry Potter lore you can just be thrown around everywhere. So now there's a little bit of intrigue. Now there's a little bit of suspense if these can actually be used in circumstances within the game, or if you can take a path that is probably going to be of the evil side. So that's really interesting overall to see how this really did present some kind of a framework surrounding, say, the mechanics. But of course, I cannot necessarily as well dismiss the side of things that makes it feel like, if you're buying the regular edition, you're actually missing out on the potential to enjoy specific mechanics that should, in my opinion, come with the game. You see, if you think about other video games that have content that's actually cut out, for the most part, there are middle grounds. But I've given some of these games a pass in the, before, in the past. I've actually said, it's not really a big deal, when in reality, it's something that I probably should have been paying more attention to. Examples of those will be specific combat maps, specific skins that appeared in Batman Arkham Knight on the PlayStation version that did not make their way to Batman Arkham Knight on the Xbox version. These have been some of the things that I've gone ahead and said, well, I have a PlayStation, so it's not really a big big deal. And I'm sure as gamers, maybe we could have been condemning that, but we played favorites. We enjoyed the benefits of being on a platform that gave us that content. So I guess there's almost no need for me to come here and be hypocritical, other than saying, I wish these, practices would not continue as time goes on, but we're in a space where there's a lot of competition going on. At first, I did make videos, though, talking about how I wasn't so pleased about the extra content that was being cut out for PlayStation. And I thought it was kind of, in a sense, underhanded and somewhat slimy. But it is what it is. I'm going to just basically not deal with the content. I mean, forget it. That's basically what I'm going to say, because in a year, unless they're adding more content to Hogwarts Legacy, I'm certain that a lot of us would have probably moved on from the game by that time. I mean, unless, of course, they decide that they're going to keep adding more content, which I'm hoping that they're going to do as time goes on. But I'll go ahead and end the video here. I wanted to go ahead and address the upsides to this, as well as some of the different drawbacks for some players. And I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section overall. Thanks for watching the video. I appreciate you guys' time and audience, and hopefully we'll talk very soon in another one. Peace out.